All right, so today I want to discuss a topic that has been on my mind recently, and it's been something that I've thought about a lot in the past, and it's how coaching and self development, whether it's training, books, anything that's in the self development and coaching space. Why it's been counterproductive for me in the past, and why I think that is, and what I'm trying to do to understand it and figure it out. And it's funny because I had this topic in mind, and then I was going back, and I actually wrote a book about it. Not anything big, but like a tiny book about it 2 years ago, with this same kind of thought and feeling in mind. And I was like, I should pull that up and read it to myself again. And I was like, I actually should just like share it, because I'll tell you the story about it. Let me read through it first. It's called Believe in Yourself. And I made this is like it's like a children's book for grown-ups or for anybody, but the goal was for me to write it like it's the simple, like a simple children's book, but for anybody, for grown-ups to actually learn from and understand. And I'll tell you a funny story about it when I'm done, but I'll read it to you. This is my first time sharing it with everybody. All right. Then I came up, for those of you who are constantly looking to improve your life by listening to others. I wrote this book as a reminder for myself each day, but thought it might be helpful to share it with you as well. Hope you enjoy. That was my foreword. All right, here we go. I heard you were trying to create a better life and are looking for advice from someone who has had a lot of success. And that's great. You should be proud of wanting to make a positive change. Is making more money on your list of goals? Or maybe you want to lose weight? Does your mindset need improvement? Or do you want to run a successful business? Whatever your goals are, there is a long list of people who will give you their advice on how to improve. But with so many different resources available, how do you decide who to listen to? Maybe it's a book that has you intrigued, or a life coach that has all the answers. Could it be a podcast or even an Instagram page? The list is endless, and it potentially can be overwhelming. Have you ever listened to so much advice on how to improve that it made you feel like you are a complete failure? Have you ever got to the end of a chapter in a book and asked yourself, am I doing anything right? Or listened to a podcast and wondered, how will I ever do all that? Have you ever been so caught up with what other people believe that you stop believing in yourself? If so, then you may have had all the positive feelings about improving go away, and you are left with sadness and anger. So, here is what I want to tell you. Stop focusing too much attention on other people's opinions and believe in yourself. Let me say that again. Believe in yourself. One more time. Believe in yourself. I put a bunch of exclamation points on that. Now, you might say, that's great. Thanks for the positivity. But how am I supposed to improve? Great question. And it all boils down to this simple philosophy. Love and respect the person you are. Always be grateful for the blessings you have. Treat everyone around you with the same love and respect you have for yourself. What you do after that is all up to you. And if you happen to find someone who can guide you down a better path, feel free to follow their lead. Finding inspiration in others can be a great way to help steer you in a new direction. But before you let anyone else influence your decisions, you should always look within when it comes to guiding you to your ultimate goals and dreams. Just know that you are special and unlike anyone else who is out there. And because of that, no one but you will ever have the exact answer on how to create your ideal life. Now say it again. I believe in myself. Great. Now go prove it and find the voice within that helps drive you to your perfect destination. So, again, kind of funny. I wrote this 2 years ago. I shared it with my brother Doug at the time, and I got excited about like the possibility of like writing children's book for adults. I liked this concept. It was obviously it's about me. I mean, I wrote it for myself. It was for me to stop chasing this. How do I be better? Because I constantly was finding that I would be inspired by people, and then I would start going down the path of like wanting to learn from them, and then I would go. The further I would go, I would just kind of constantly think that there was more and more to improve, and by the end of it, I just started feeling like I wasn't doing anything right, or I was like, what am I doing right? It just made you think, or made me think that kind of like I wrote down in the book that like a lot of the things I was doing, I was like failing at. And I started to reject it. And so that's why I wrote this down, and or I created it, and I thought it would be a good thing to share. But funny thing, again, like going back to like I thought it'd be fun to write a book. I even joined like a group that helped people write children's book, and I got so excited about it. And then I put the draft together, and I sent it over, and we got into like a group of people who were going to listen to our ideas. And I don't know, there was a couple people there, and nothing against them. But either way, I don't think I got the feedback that I was looking for. And again, no fault of theirs, fault on me. But it just shut me down, and all my excitement went away. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not going to write a children's book. And I didn't get upset about it. I just was like, I was super excited, and then I just was like, okay, I suck at writing books. I'm not going to do this. And so I just stopped. Now, the message that I wrote, I still think makes sense. And again, like when I think back to how coaching and self-improvement has affected me in a negative way, I still feel like this message and believing in yourself and really like stopping and like trying to find that value that we all are special, and we all are different, and of course we all want to improve. And like part of my reason for putting this channel together is I'm doing this to help myself talk through the challenges that I'm going through, and I'm trying to find inspiration through my own knowledge and coaching and teaching myself. And I'm also trying to either inspire others or learn and grow from others as well. That's why I'm putting this out there. And I also want this to be, and I'll talk about this a lot, I want this to be out there for my children. If they are older, and for whatever reason, if I'm not around later, I want them to hear these messages because I think that's important too. So overall, I just want to, for anybody who's out there who maybe is going through something similar and are constantly trying to go through the process of like, hey, who has the answers that I'm looking for? And there are so many people that I'm inspired by, and I like, hey, I want to learn from you. But then I think at the end of the day, number one, like dig deep into yourself. And I think through my own spiritual journey, over the last couple years since I've wrote this, my time praying has been super beneficial, and so a connection with God has been a very important aspect of my growth over the past year or two, and I continue to dive more and more into it, and that has given me a lot of inspiration and more belief in myself while I go through my prayers each day, and I just, ask for the wisdom and guidance and improvement and protection and all those things. So, and it feels good. It feels good. So, I just wanted to share that message. I wanted to, again, it's just something that I've dealt so much with in the past with going through struggles of self-improvement that have really been counterproductive. And so if anybody's going through that, or if you kind of find yourself in a situation like I have, where you're constantly searching for other people to give you give you the answer, sometimes you just got to stop, look within yourself, believe in yourself, and then really try to believe in that in a powerful way, and keep telling yourself. It's one thing, again, I wrote this 2 years ago and then kind of forgot about it. I'm feeling a little bit better about it now, and it's taken a lot of prayer and a lot of talking to God, and really trying to create a self-love that I haven't had before. So hope that's helpful. And again, it's helpful for me to talk through. So that's I'm happy to be doing this right now, because it's just fun for me to talk about, and then to think about some things that I've done in the past that have led me to this point right now. So thank you for anyone who has decided to take the time to watch this, and let me know your thoughts on my book. Maybe it'll have new life at some point, or people will tell me, just leave it with yourself. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great day.